this video, we will learn about hydrocarbons and the classification of hydrocarbon. First, we will learn about hydrocarbons. So, hydrocarbons means the compounds composed entirely of carbon and hydrogen. That means if a compound contains only carbon and hydrogen atoms in its structure, that compound is known as hydrocarbons. Here, the example of hydrocarbon is CH4, that means the methane. So in the structure of methane, there is only carbon atom and 4 number of hydrogen atoms. So there is only carbon and hydrogen atoms are there. Now the compound is known as hydrocarbon. In shortly, hydrocarbon means if a compound consists only carbon and hydrogen atoms, that compounds are known as hydrocarbons. Next, we will see the classification of hydrocarbons. The hydrocarbons are classified into mainly two types. The first one is aliphatic hydrocarbon and the second one is aromatic hydrocarbon. The aliphatic hydrocarbons are further classified into acyclic hydrocarbon and cyclic hydrocarbon. First, we will learn about acyclic hydrocarbon. Acyclic hydrocarbon means there is not a ring structure, but it is a chain structure. The acyclic hydrocarbons are further classified into alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. We will learn about the classification of acyclic hydrocarbons. First, alkanes. Alkanes means they are saturated compounds. So saturated means if a compound contains only single bonded atoms. For example, if a compound does not have any double and triple bonded atoms, that compound are known as alkanes. In a hydrocarbon, in a hydrocarbon contains there is only a single bonded atoms, that hydrocarbons are known as saturated alkanes. That compounds are known as alkanes. For example, methane, ethane and propane. Here there is all the carbon atoms are connected by a single atom, single bonded carbon atom. One carbon atom is connected another carbon atom by a single bond. So there is an absence of double and triple bond. So these compounds are known as alkanes. In shortly, alkanes are defined as the hydrocarbons which contains only a single bonded atoms, that are known as alkanes. Next, we will learn about alkenes. Alkenes means if a compound contains at least one number of double bond. That means if two carbon atoms are connected by a double bond, that hydrocarbons are known as alkenes. Here there are 4 number of examples are given: ethene, propene, butadiene, butadiene. Here all the carbon atoms are connected through a double bond. So these compounds, that means in these type of hydrocarbons, are known as alkenes. In shortly, alkenes are defined as the hydrocarbons which contains at least one number of double bond, that are known as alkenes. Next, alkynes. Alkynes means they are also a unsaturated hydrocarbons. They contains at least one number of a triple bond. Here two carbon atoms are connected through a triple bond. So this compound is known as alkanes. In shortly we say that alkanes means if a hydrocarbon contains at least one number of a triple bond, that is known as alkynes. Next we will see about cyclic hydrocarbon. Cyclic hydrocarbon means in the structure of a hydrocarbon there is a ring structure, that means a cyclic structure is present. The cyclic hydrocarbons are further classified into three types. First one is cycloalkanes, next cycloalkenes, then finally cycloalkynes. The cycloalkanes and cycloalkenes are basically on the basis of alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. We will see. So first cycloalkanes. So cycloalkanes means the alkanes are in a cyclic structure. Already we learned about alkanes. Alkanes means there is a single bonded atoms, but cycloalkanes means alkanes are structured in a cyclic manner. Here cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane, all the three compounds are in a cyclic manner. So this is called cycloalkanes. In shortly we say that cycloalkanes means if an alkane presented in a cyclic structure, that is known as cycloalkanes. Next, cycloalkenes. Cycloalkenes means in a cyclic structure of an alkene there is a double bond presented in the ring. Here all the four examples have a double bond within the cyclic ring. So first structure cyclopropene. In this structure there is a double bond inside the ring, and the next example cyclobutene, there is also a double bond is presented, and further all the four examples there is presented a double bond inside the ring. So cycloalkanes means if an alkene in a cyclic structure a double bond is presented inside the ring, that is known as cycloalkenes. Next, cycloalkynes. Cycloalkynes are nothing but if a triple bond is presented inside the ring of a cyclic structure, that is known as cycloalkynes. Here I take the example cyclononine. Here there is a triple bond inside the ring. So this is an example for cycloalkynes. Next we will see about aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons are nothing, they are unsaturated. For example, if a hydrocarbon contains a benzene ring with its structure, they are known as aromatic hydrocarbons. They are unsaturated nature because they have a double bond or triple bond in its structure. So they are called aromatic hydrocarbons. They are unsaturated in nature.